Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Tracy Gohrick Light, Hope, and Healing. I'm Tracy Gohrick. I'm a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor. I work with you to find out what's wrong, get you well, and keep you well. So today's topic is what to do when you are struggling, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And this came up because something amazing happened recently. Um, I had a lot of stress and I kind of felt like I couldn't change, I just couldn't come out of it. And it was something that I wanted help with because it didn't have to do with me, it had to do with others. And with when it's yourself, sometimes it's easier, right? Sometimes it's not. So you can do it for both. But for me, I really worked on being able to do it for myself. But when it comes down to like my kids being hurt, right? That's where I'm still like struggling a little bit. And so it just came to me. What you need to do is quiet your mind and ask for help. And if you can quiet your mind, the answers will come to you. Now, you might doubt what the answers are, and that's where your frustration might come in, or you might not like understand what the answers are, or you don't trust what the answers are, right? But if it's anything that gets you to where you're at peace, then you go with it. If it's not bringing you into peace, then you don't want to go with it, because the whole reason for anything for us is to get us back to peace. When we're out of peace, it's causing us pain, illness, stress, anxiety. So we want to get back to peace, right? So how do we do that? And especially when you're kind of spiraling out of because something's happened, or you're spiraling out thinking something's going to happen or imagining something's going to happen, right? It's about getting back to peace. So what do you do? Because there's things you can't control, right? Like I said with my children, I can't control my children. They're all adult children now. Now they're all graduated from high school. I can't control that. I can't, and you couldn't before, right? I couldn't control like how they might get hurt by others. I couldn't control how they were treated by others, right? And or I couldn't control like them not, getting hurt, period. So we've got to like take a step back, right? And I watched this show, Kyle Cease, right? And he gave the story about this lady who was stressed because she didn't want to sell her horses because she was afraid. This is like totally simplistic, but it was Kyle Cease told the story. And she didn't want to sell her horses. It stressed her out because what if she sold them to people who would take them to the slaughterhouse? And he told her basically, well, what would you do with that, right? How do you feel about that? And when she got the answer, it was more just being at peace with it, right? So what happens is when we're spiraling out, the whole point in that story is what happens when we're spiraling out is you have to just kind of let it go and let God. And when you're spiraling out, that's the kind of thing you're going to draw to you. So that's what he was saying. If you're spiraling, like you're upset about these horses going to slaughter, that's what you're going to draw to you. Rather, if you just release it, what will happen is supposed to happen, right? So you're going to draw the people that won't take them to the slaughterhouse. Now, it's not a guarantee. But no, when you're really spiraling, that's what you're drawing to you, right? So for me, when I'm spiraling because I'm worried about what's going to happen to my child, I have to let it go and let God, because what else do I have? I can't control it. Like I said, now they're all adult children. I can't control if they get hurt by somebody. I can't control anything. I don't want to speak too much into it because that's, you don't want to speak it into existence. You have to just let go, trust in the situation, trust in God, universe, source, whatever you believe in will handle it. What's the highest and best for their soul. And that would include the horses or whatever, right? So the point is, you have to just let it go. Because if you're spiraling out of control with your emotions or your stress or your anxiety or putting out there what's the worst case scenario for you, you're drawing that to you, right? Rather than just letting it go and letting it happen and just being in peace. And I know because I've been there, it's hard to like really understand and comprehend like that because we're in fight or flight. It's in us to be in fight or flight. So we want to like be ready to handle a situation. So we keep trying to understand what's the worst case scenario so we can be prepared for it. But we don't need that anymore. That was back in caveman days when they had to run away from some kind of animal that was going to come and eat them, right? So we're trying to break away from that and getting to where we're at peace. We're no longer needing to do the fight or flight. I mean, yes, we are. There is situations, but not with everyday stuff. Not when we're worried about, oh, well, is this going to happen to me, right? We need to just find the way to be at peace. Let go and let God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, handle it. And just be at peace because you do not have the control to change or fix any situation like that. You don't. You have to remember there's soul plans involved. And again, if you interfere in somebody's soul plan, that's going to hurt you and them. So you're not supposed to, right? And it's learning to be at peace with that and just letting go and just trusting, right? That there's a soul plan, understanding that there's a soul plan, and understanding that you don't have the control over it anyways. So not having the control, what does that do? If you're stressing and spiraling out of control, thinking of all worst case scenarios, what happens to you? It puts you in stress. It puts you in anxiety. It puts you to where you can't be at peace, which is what you need to be at peace. And in turn, if you're not in peace, that's causing the stress, anxiety, which in turn will cause pain and illness in your body. Okay? So you want to get back to the peace. You want to just tell yourself, let go and let God, and then just be at peace. And I know it's a difficult one. That's my difficult one. But the thing is, what's the alternative? You can sit in there and spiral out of control, be upset, be putting all these things out there that you think might happen, and it might not happen, right? So you're living in this world where you're thinking these things might happen and they might not. They might, but then you have to remember there's a soul plan there and you don't have the control over it. So what's going to do for you to spiral out and worry about it? Nothing except make you sick. Okay? So I hope this helped you a little bit. I try to bring up stuff that, I've gone through, my clients have gone through, and, it's interesting when it's days that I'm going to do podcasts or the video, all this information comes in for me to talk about. So I hope this helped you. If you feel like you need more help, I have a membership group where we have the accountability there because these videos are great. They give you ideas. They make you think about things that's going on in your life. But after a couple of days, for me anyway, when I was researching stuff, I would be all excited, do it for a couple of days, and then I forget. So a couple more things I wanted to talk about first, though. But I have the membership group. The link is in the description below. Love to have you. We meet twice a month. I send healing every Wednesdays to whatever you post on Facebook. And Mondays, I do a group message. So we'd love to have you. Tuesdays, we meet twice a month, and we do a Zoom call. We meet face-to-face. There's other people in there to help you. Okay, so on to a couple more things I wanted to say. So I was having a really hard time recently, right? And I was just like, just kind of desperate because I wasn't in peace. I was stressed out. And I just quieted my mind because when we get into the, things running out of control, we can't think straight. And I had to quiet my mind down and I just asked, what can I do? In these situations, just ask, what can you do? Right? You want to change, but you can't always have the answer. And we don't always have the control. So you just quiet your mind, ask God, source, the universe, your guides, whatever it is for you. What can I do? And see what comes in. And as long as it's peace, it brings you peace, then go with it. Because otherwise it's your ego stepping in, trying to protect you, which is good in some cases, but not when you're just spiraling out of control for something you can't control. Like you can control if there's a dog running at you and it's going to attack you, or a bear or a snake, you run, right? But when it's situations you can't control, even with you, your family, friends, you can't control it. Just ask what you can do if you're really struggling, trying to bring yourself back to peace, and see what comes in for you. But just try to quiet your mind and do that. Another thing you can do is just go outside. Walk in the grass, talk to the trees, and see what you get. But don't just sit there spiraling out of control, because it will affect you. And it will, if you keep doing it, affect your health. And if you already have health issues with it, then start now to fix the health issues, because this can help turn it around. Okay? All right, so that's what I got for today. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get ready for the healing meditation. So if you're driving or using heavy equipment, stop the video now and come back later when you're not driving or using heavy equipment, because the healing meditation does put you a little off kilter and you do not want to be doing anything with heavy equipment or driving. So sit back and relax now and we'll do the healing meditation. Go ahead and close your eyes and close your eyes now. I want you to imagine the violet flame coming up and around and through your whole body. It's cleansing, clearing, and purifying everything. Any negative thoughts that come up, put them in the violet flame. Any anger, stress, frustration, just put it in the violet flame. Now, anything you feel that may have come from others, any arguments you've had, traffic incidents, because when you have that, the energy from the person mad at you will come to you and it will affect you. But it's not yours to deal with, so you want to release it into the violet flame. And then finally, anything in the consciousness you've picked up on, any stress, fear, anxiety, anger, frustration, just put it in the violet flame, because it's heavy when there's things going on around the universe and the world that will affect you. So just release that into the violet flame. And if you don't know, understand, just do it with the intention that it will be released. All right. Now I want you to take a deep breath in. Hold it and exhale. Take another deep breath in. Hold it and exhale. And finally, one last deep breath in. Hold it. And this time on the exhale, release everything that's no longer serving you and relax your whole body. Now I want you to imagine this violet flame below your feet, coming up and around and through your whole body. It's cleansing, clearing, and purifying everything in your body, energy, aura. So during this healing session, anything that comes up for you, just put it in that violet flame that's right around you. Now I want you to imagine gold light coming down from God's source. It gets to the top of your energy. It splits apart there and goes all the way around and below your feet and connects back. So you're in this bubble of gold light from God's source of protection. Now again, I want you to imagine gold light coming down into the top of your head. It goes all the way down to your heart. I want you to open your heart up, because we tend to close it down from our traumas and hurts. I want you to open your heart up, and we're going to send gold light to those that have harmed us. So go ahead now and send gold light. to those that have harmed you. Now I want you to add sending gold light to those maybe you have harmed. And if you can't think of any, send it with the intention that it goes to those you have harmed. Now I want you to add sending gold light to everyone in your family. Now add sending gold light to everyone in your city. Now add sending gold light to everyone in your state. And now add sending gold light to everyone in your country. And now add sending gold light to everyone in the world. This is just to help lighten everybody up and see that there is the light. They might not feel it, but it does make a difference. Go ahead and bring that light back when you're done. Leave your heart open. Bring it back into your heart. You're going to take that light down your spine. It's going to split at your hips, go down both legs, out the bottom of your feet, down into Mother Earth, wraps around the crystals, comes back up your feet, up your legs now, and connects back at your spine. It's going to go up your spine, all the way up through your head, out the top of your head, all the way up to God's source, and then back down into your head. So you're getting healing energy from God's source, earth, and the crystals, and I'll send healing energy that's coming through me from God's source. So sit back and relax, and I will send it now. Okay, go ahead. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. And then exhale and release everything that came up for you through doing that healing that no longer serves you, needs to be released. Open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Thank you so much for being here. You go have a great day. Go do something you love, something that brings you joy, lifts you up. Do at least one thing every day. And then do at least one self-care every day. Drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate. Do one thing every day at least of self-care. And then look for the good in everything. And when you see something in somebody, say it to them and lift them up and lift you up. And then write 5 things you're grateful for. Do this every day, and I promise you, you're going to see a difference in your life. Thank you again, and I will see you all soon. Bye.